Welcome back friends. Welcome back in another video tutorial for microbiology with Shakni. Today we will going to talk about something different that we have not talked until now. Today we will going to talk about the asexual reproduction of fungus. Although we will going to talk about this in a very basic manner, but the main thing that we will going to talk about is different type of asexual spores. Okay, so let's get started with the video. So what is asexual reproduction? I think I do not have to mention, right? It is the type of reproduction where there is no union of nuclei, sex cells or sex organ. So in case of fungus, there are four different ways that by which a fungus can perform asexual reproduction. For example, fission of somatic cells and generation of the two similar daughter cell, then budding of the somatic cell or spores, then fragmentation or disjoining of the hyphal cell, and at last spore formation. Okay, so let's start the main part of the video, that is the different type of asexual spores. So first, sporangiospore. So here I want to mention one important term, that is hyphae. So this hyphae is a tubular structure and many hyphae together makes mycelium, and this mycelium is important in fungal cell morphology. For now, let's understand this thing. So this sporangiospore kind of thing present usually at the end of the hyphae. Okay, and it is usually formed within a bag like structure, which we're going to call as sac or sporangium. Okay, this is the bag like structure. Okay, so that is the sporangiospore, and this is we will call it sporangiophore. So inside the sporangiophore there is a bag like structure which we will call as sporangium. Inside this bag like structure we will have sporangiospore. Okay, so there are two types of sporangiospores important: aplanospore. Aplanospores are usually non-motile, and another one is zoospores. These zoospores are motile because they have presence of flagella. Okay, now let's move to the next type of spore, that is conidiospore or conidia. So it is out of two types. One is small single cell, which we will call as microconidia. Another one is large and multicellular, which we will call as macroconidia. So this type of things are present at the tip of the hyphae. Okay, so this type of structures are called as conidia. So now let's move to the next part, that is oidea or arthrospores. So remember, these types of spores are generated by fragmentation or disjoining of hyphal cell, and this type of spores are usually single cells. Now the most important type of spores, that is chlamydospores. They are highly resistant to adverse condition because this type of spores are thick celled and their surface is rough and full with spikes like structure. Okay, so that is the chlamydospores. So now last, blastospores. This type of spores are formed by budding. So if we sum up, disjoining of hyphal cell gives us oidea, right? Resistant spores are chlamydospores. Budding gives us blastospores. The type of spores which have two subtypes, they are conidiospores, right? Conidiospores have microconidia as well as macroconidia. And the very first one, that is sporangiospores, which is present at the tip of the hyphae, is within a bag-like structure which we will call as sporangium. And this type of spore is sporangiospores. Okay, and at the very first part of the video we have talked about different type of asexual reproduction. One is fission of somatic cells, then budding of the somatic cell, then fragmentation or disjoining of the hyphal cell, and at last spore formation. So this is the video on asexual spores on fungus. So I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you.